Okay, so continuing work on the 64 Impala. Today looking at doing the drip rails, starting on the driver's side. And basically just picked up a toolkit from Advanced Auto. Not necessarily saying this is the best, but we're going to give it a shot and see how well this will do for us. So we'll get set up and we'll pick you back up and start the removal process. Okay, so I've tried to start the drip rail removal by just sticking the plastic removal kit up under the leading edge, and that didn't actually go great. Now I may have kind of worked it loose because I know it is glued in place. What I had to actually do to get it started was use something a little more heavy duty and just being extremely careful not to get on the metal but to actually get behind the metal. And by doing that, you can see where I'm getting a little lift now. I am going to be extra careful with this and possibly even go back to my plastic tools now that I've got it started, and we'll see if the plastic tools will get the job done. I'll work this loose a little further and we'll join you again. Yeah, so theory actually proved to be right. Basically, once you get this started, if you can actually get the plastic behind the drip rail trim and then slide it about an inch as you go along, you can keep the plastic removal tool behind it and continue pulling, breaking it loose in sections. So that's what we're going to do moving forward. Of course, it might tighten up as you get around the bend back here toward the back window. So again, this is a two-door hardtop, so depending on what you're working with, if it's a two-door hardtop, of course this will translate. All right, I'm going to continue moving forward with it and get this removed. Okay, so continuing removing the trim, basically as I continue working my way back slowly, once you start getting toward the back window area, it does tighten up quite a bit. So what I wind up doing is actually going back to the front and kind of loosening this glue up as well. And I think that's going to pay off by breaking that loose and then going back to the bend area back where the back window meets, and get that loosened up from the top possibly first, and then do the bottom side, kind of work that back and forth. Okay, so once I started working my way back to the curve area where the back window is, it actually started getting pretty tough. So I did go ahead and try to actually start back here in the back, the bottom area, and that actually paid off quite well. It's not real hard to get in there and get that started. Again, being extremely careful, making sure you get behind the trim. Once you start working that, it actually frees this up pretty easily, and just got to continue breaking it loose as you go up slowly to the curve. And I'm also going to try on the outside to make sure the top is as loose as possible. Sorry, I actually got to butt my lights off because the heat was killing me. But mid-July heat. But so yeah, just going to continue working on that, get that broken loose, and then we'll pick you back up. Okay, so getting into the bend, I did actually have to go back and use the metal, kind of like the crowbar. You can see kind of how much that's contoured. Again, getting it right, but on the back of the trim, and just kind of prying it off. It's still attached. Pretty much have broken it loose. Just kind of continue working. The front is actually very, I want to say pliable, but got a lot of play here, which Could possibly try to start removing it, but again, try not to bend it up. I think I'm going to continue working and trying to get it loose more back here toward the rear, the back window area. Of course, I got some movement back here, but still don't think all the glue is popped loose. So we're going to continue working that, and just going to keep moving toward the bend. Again, there seems to be a lip or something in there. If you stick the plastic in far enough, you can really hear it pop and kind of flex the trim. But I'm trying to get not on the metal lip, but the actual lip on the trim piece. So we'll keep working that and trying to break the glue loose.